Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures. And today we've got through another month, so that equals another Dev Diary. So this is the Dev Diary for August 2023, so I'm quite excited to get stuck into this one. So we have the Dev Diary here. We've got a couple of new announcements and a new animal that I know everyone loves to hear about. So welcome to the August development update. In this blog post, the team will be sharing some exciting announcements as well as providing more progress on both Update 8 and Update 9. So that's cool. So one of the biggest announcements at the moment is the Artbook and the mini original soundtrack announcement. So this is for the backers of the really old, I believe the really old Kickstarter. So we got the digital Artbook and mini soundtrack launching after Update 8. So eligible backers will receive Steam codes to redeem their products. Both items will be available for purchase via bundle or separately on Steam, and soundtrack will be available to purchase through Steam and Bandcamp. So that's right. A digital artbook and mini soundtrack will be released on Steam later this year to coincide with one of our next major updates. Whether you like to appreciate the work of our artists or listen to some Jurassic jams, we have you covered. So I'm quite excited in that regard. So here's some information about kind of each. So we've got the Art of Prehistoric Kingdom, over 1,000 pages of concept art and insight from the development process, exploring not just animals, but guest structures and more. So you can see a little tease of that here. We can see some concepts for the Dilophosaurus and the Dinosaurus there, so some animals there, and you can see that's a really cool. Love that. That's probably a word version kind of make, so really cool. And then you can see the 3D breakdown. So this is animation and poses by Karina Vinberg, and you can see the kind of mesh and different things like that, base mesh, and then sculpts and textures as it goes on. But yeah, really cool. And this is announcing a new animal, but we will get into that shortly. But yeah, this is going to be what you kind of be seeing in the art book. And then you have the Walk in the Park music from Prehistoric Kingdom with a beautiful cover. You can see the brachiosaurs, very Jurassic Parky. And we can see there's 30 minutes of music from Challenge Mode, the Animal Nursery, and the Open Tutorial. 15 tracks, including 4 bonus map melodies, and updated arrangements for Challenge Mode tracks. Let's see if we can have a look at the preview. Let's have a look at the SoundCloud. Now that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. That's really awesome. So we're getting a new art book and a new pack as well with music and new little albums. So that's going to be really cool. So for eligible backers, so people that backed all the way back in the campaign, the Kickstarter campaign, and the Cartivo as well, if they bought the game through Cartivo, I forgot to mention that. So early adopters from both Kickstarter and Cartivo will receive Steam keys and redeem their goods once they're available. And stay tuned for information regarding pricing, release dates, and keys. So there will be more information coming on that. It's just this is announcing it. So really cool to start getting that, and maybe a little bit of extra revenue to try and help the game get a little bit faster up. So really cool. So state of development, where we're at. So before talking about animals in Update 8, let's quickly discuss how things are going. To start, there have been a bunch of under-the-hood updates to improve the game's stability across the board, with many hopefully going to address numerous crash reports. Guests have also been further improved since last month, now including a fully complete queuing system and more fluid navigation. This means that your visitors should be less likely to clump up and must patiently wait their turn to use interaction points. Imagine a conveyor belt but for humans. In basically every area, guests are vastly more robust, and as a result, the economy should be much more stable too. So you can see they're all waiting in line. Good on your guests. Really awesome. It might surprise you, but all the work on guests has actually been done in preparation for staff. So we love staff. We're not quite ready to publicly talk about our plans for staff yet, but from a development perspective, staff are functionally just special guests with some unique abilities and navigation rules. Once the long-awaited animal rework has been released in Update 8, we'll be diving straight into development of staff, including mechanics of one of the new game's central new pillars, logistics management. So this is an evolution of the produce station gameplay that we spoke of June's July Dev Diary, but now kind of better designed to work with staff integration. So basically to make it work a little bit better with the staff, because it's going to be very much like management, which I really love. I love the idea of I love the idea of having all that management, because zoos you have to manage so much things. You have to manage produce, you get buy produce, you need to video out to all the different enclosures, things like that. So it's really something that you have to think about, and I think that really will be cool to include in the games. It's something you have to manage and really adds some more gameplay. So please stay tuned to more news and staff over the coming months, but for now, let's talk animals. So you can see the animals, and you can see this wonderful Acrocanthosaurus. I cannot love Acrocanthosaurus. So the animal rework has been progressing very well. We've made great headway with animals in August, and we've gotten them wandering around and recognizing interactables with the new locomotion system. Animals make choices depending on their internal statistics like stamina, endurance, health, and metabolism. These stats push and pull on an animal's needs, deciding on when they should rest, find food, or how long their meal will last before they must eat again. Seemingly simple mechanics like this weren't part of the old AI, but it's been a huge impact on future features like hunting. So it will be quite big when you add hunting and things like that. Perhaps the biggest downside of all this AI work is that it's very hard to visualize, not only in devlogs, but even while we're working on it. So to help us, we've built a robust editing tools to allow us to more accurately debug and see what the animals are doing. This viewer shows a series of tasks the animals must accomplish to complete their main goal. Shifting columns depending on what they have their current priority. So you can see that here. So there's a little Protoceratops. So you can see score, navigate, ready, path, distance. So this basically tells you, it's like, oh, find food. It basically tells you as like a visual view of what the animal's going to do. So you can check the AI and check that it's working right. So it's kind of like a debug tool, which is really, really cool. A bit of a gizmo. It'd be cool to add that in the game so we can see what our animals are thinking. Kind of like almost like Zoo Tycoon, you know how like it had like little emotion things, like animals running, animals panicking, animals like drinking. That could be cool to something to add. You don't really see, you do see that a little bit in Jurassic World Evolution, but that would also be cool in my opinion. So tools like this are crucial as we make animals more reactive and lively. Speaking of which, we've been working towards improving how additive and behavioral animations are handled. The goal is to let AI contextually decide when to play animations so the animal can better express themselves. So either socializing, being angry, resting, rather than relying on simple timers as per the current implementation. So it's kind of just to create it, instead of just like having a time, so, oh, I need to rest this time. So this adds to the context. So if an animal's been running around a lot, they get tired more easily and more hungry more easily, so it may need to rest and then have some food or vice versa. So it's kind of, instead of just basing it on timers, it's to give context. So if an animal's been moving around more, it's going to need to rest sooner, and it's going to need to eat sooner. So it's a great example of how it manages like that. And on top of this, which is really cool, we've been working on basic herding implementation that allow animals to form social groups. So each species will have its own natural group sizing, whether it's a large herd, organized pack, or a small pairing. So that's really cool. The AI will naturally form multiple groups within a habitat, and if there's too many individuals of a given species, laying the potential foundation for future combat encounters and territorial disputes. This will be an area we'll definitely be expanding upon down the line once fighting is in, so that's really, really cool. Update timeline. So in a couple of weeks, we should be able to give you a concrete release date for Update 8. Once the systems side of the animal rework have been completed, we only need to port the current creatures over, but thoroughly test it and ensure that we're park ready. Well, that's pretty cool. And after the release of Update 8, you'll be able to return to more regular content drops that add new species, pieces, and maps. There's not too much longer to wait, so that's really, really cool. And what's in the pipeline? We got a new species. We've already got a little teaser of it, but here we got it now. So the park's newest guest will be arriving from the land down under. It's from Australia, mate. So you can hear the thunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover, because it's Muttaburrasaurus. So say hello to Muttaburrasaurus. So this is Muttaburrasaurus langdongi. So this is iconic Australian dinosaur from Muttaburra, which is a town in Queensland, I believe. Haven't been there, but would like to. So this is the iconic Australian dinosaur that lived during the early Cretaceous. And it is about 8 meters long, and despite walking on 2 legs, Muttaburra can be seen adopting quadrupedal stance when drinking or going to lay down. So you can see this is what it looks like here. Really, really awesome new rendition. Quite famous for that big round nose. You've seen it in Walking with Dinosaurs. Big round nose like that. And really awesome adaptations. They've got like, unlike a lot of later hadrosaurs and things like that, they're a little bit more comfortable on their back legs like that. I believe they're araphodonts. They're related to things like Raphodon and Zalmoxes and things. They're a really, really basal group of like early ornithopods, which is really, really cool. And then you can see them hanging out there. Really love the design, especially this one. Love the bright colors. I like it's. I think it really shows how you can create really bright and interesting designs with only like browns and grays and yellows. So I think it's a really great example of that. And you got that reticulated pattern there. Reminds me of like a leopard spots, which is really, really cool, really, really awesome. Probably more of I think a better example would probably be a reticulated python or something like that. But like other members of its group, this animal is best characterized by its large, protruding nose, giving way to some particularly snuffy vocalizations and snorts. Muttaburrasaurus will be making its way into your park once Update 9 is released. So that's really, really cool. Another animal coming to the game. I cannot love a good old Muttaburra. Really, really big fan. And next up, Update 9, swimming. Along with new species, we've also been hard at work creating new animation sets for the upcoming swimming behavior. Some animal groups are natural swimmers, quite graceful and effective or efficient. Others are thankful they haven't drowned yet. That's quite funny. Please look forward to seeing animals hit the water in Update 1.9. So you can see this is Muttaburrasaurus having a swim. Not too bad swimming. A little bit of a doggy paddle going on. The big back legs helping. And then we've got a wonderful Coelophysis having a swim around. A little bit of a struggle, but going alright. Definitely is having a go of it and doing well. Most animals can swim anyway, so pretty much all animals can swim. There's just some like to avoid it. But yeah, really, really cool. So, Community Spotlight. So we've got some art here created by Awesome Anth. Really, really cute. Velociraptor is an experienced keeper. You know, a lot of the working with keepers. And how it would be working with velociraptors, real life velociraptors, not the Jurassic Park ones. So you can see the escapes. You want to be careful with that. You need to have a good fend and a good net to catch them. Raptor recontainment crew, experienced, good on them. They're trying at least. So this is actually a lot of things that you'd see in normal zoos. You know, if an animal escaped, you try to have a fend or a big net to try and catch them, especially something of that size. Look, bozos jumped over the fence. We use a crush cage would potentially be a good thing for these guys. Bid transport holding them. You'd probably want to put them more in a cage, but that would be good for holding them for like medical things and things like that. Official ambassadors, having them out on a leash. I know ambassadors are kind of a bit of a weird thing in some zoos because sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. So that is cool that they have that though. Would be cool for as a gameplay mechanic. Maybe something can have ambassadors, make it a little bit like of a trade-off. Illegal activities, eating a bit of a rock, eating some meat there, and jumping on things, the competition, there's some seagulls, identity theft, so learning to copy people's sounds. I don't think they could have done that. Raptor burger restraint, that's quite cool, very sneaky. This is very much like a cat, you can see that, the peak comfort sitting in the box, so cute. And current owner of Bronto Burger and expert negotiator. That's quite cute. Really, really nice little rendition. I love seeing Velociraptor. I love the Prehistoric Kingdom Velociraptor. It's one of my favorites. Definitely seen. I love it. Okay, so that's by Autumn Anth. And by Gemini in 98, we've got this Paraceratherium. Very much reminds me of the Walking with Beasts, you know, the episode with the Paraceratherium. I forgot the name of the episode, but still really, really cool. I love it. And then we can see these wonderful desert habitat there. And then we've got by Mealy? Is that Mealy? Yeah, Mealy, yeah. We've got a really nice little habitat for a Styracosaurus. A nice little brick trough there and a nice shelter. So this very much reminds me of something you'd see in like a safari park, something like that. Just simple fences, but big areas. Just keeping it simple. That's kind of the best thing to do in a lot of regards. And yeah, really, really awesome. So thank you for reading the August devlog, or dev diary. I keep saying devlog. We hope that you enjoyed this month's progress update and that you're looking forward to get a closer look at the artbook and soundtrack later this year. As stated, we're expecting things to pick up pretty quickly once Update 8 is released. Development has been progressing very well, and we anticipate the announcement of a release date in the next couple of weeks. So until next time, the PK team. So really, really cool update. We've got a new animal announced. We got some stuff with AI. And a really cool updates about the art book and the soundtrack, which is really, really awesome. So I'm really excited to get a look at those. A nice thing to kind of have in the wayside, like while we're waiting for updates. We could probably go over that and have a look. So yeah, really, really cool. So yeah, I really, really, really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like and subscribe. Always remember to hit the little bell icon to get notified about anything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye-bye.